Ah.
Not now.
Oh, hey, hold on just a second there, Dr. Harrison. Let me get started. I was just getting ready to
Not now.
work on my weekly check-in a little bit for this week. So I saw Lorenzo Dickerson going by with his camera, and I said, hey, let's just go ahead and film it for this week. That way, it'll be almost the last Friday of the school year, and that way I could just speak to you in person a little bit and tell you how much I appreciate you. But I see I have a visitor coming in to see me. Come on in, Ms. Perkins.
Good morning, Dr. Haas.
Hey, how
I
you
have
doing?
a homeless reimbursement that I need your signature
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Liz works in finance, and maybe you've never met her if you've worked in the school system, but a lot of the really important work that we do takes place in finance because it allows us to use grants to fund a lot of our programs.
Right.
And Ms. Perkins puts all these things in order for us and really helps keep the school system running well. And then all I have to do is, I forgot, I need to use blue ink.
Blue
right?
ink.
Yes, thanks. Thank you very much, Ms. Perkins. All right, today's the 29th.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, and you have a great day.
You too, thanks. All right, so I just want to remind everybody what our mission is for Albemarle County Schools. It is every day to establish a community of learners and learning through relationships, relevance, and rigor. One student at a time. And that's my mission, and that's your mission. The quote that I was going to have this week on the weekly check-in is, remember, no effort that we make to attain something beautiful is ever lost. And that was written by Helen Keller. Oh wait, I think I see another guest that wants to come in. Dr. Harrison, do you just want to come in and say hi to all the county employees?
How are you, Dr.
All right,
Haas?
how are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Does everybody know Dr. Harrison, Assistant Superintendent for School Community Empowerment? How are you today?
Doing good, doing good.
I understand you got a big event coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, we have our 4th annual Equity and Diversity Conference where we're going to recognize our outstanding teachers who have experienced our micro-credentialing process
Wonderful.
as well our CRT certification process. We have 23 certification folks out of 26 that met our rigorous criteria. And we started with 27 for micro-credentialing, and I think that we're going to have about 24 of those 27 to meet the criteria. So the conference is about celebrating their achievements.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of good presenters coming, and it should be fun, right?
Absolutely. You going to be there?
I will be there. I'll be there in the morning, and I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for stopping by.
All right.
All right. See you later. Have a good day. Well, can you believe it? We have a 2019 Tony Award winner in Albemarle County Public Schools. Yes, the Tony Awards have announced that our own Madeline Michael of Monticello High School, Go Mustangs, will receive the 2019 Excellence in Theater Award. The fundamentals of Madeline's curriculum are student playwriting, productions that engage a diverse cast and crew, and community service. The Monticello High School Drama Department has also raised thousands of dollars annually for local charities and to fund college scholarships for economically challenged students. Here's what Madeline said in learning that she won the award. The program is not about me, and that's really what Madeline always says, because it has to be about my students, said Michael. They are our future. They are the people that are going to change the world and make it better. These are the kids who give me so much hope in some very dark times. Madeline, we are all very proud of you, and I can't wait to hear about the award when you win it. And I'm hoping maybe we'll get a chance to see you on TV at the Tonys. So Dr. Harrison just mentioned our 4th annual Albemarle County Public Schools Equity Conference, and it'll be at 9 o'clock on Saturday. That's tomorrow. It will be at Jack Jewett Middle School at 9 o'clock, and there may still be time to sign up. So if you have a chance, sign up. It really is a great day. It's a great day of learning for all of our educators. Speaking of our educators and our support staff in the county schools, I want to take a few minutes here and acknowledge all of our staff who have retired as of this school year. Let me please read each person's name in their school or department. Think about these folks. And maybe today when you see them out and about, you could say hello and thank them. Some of the people that I'm going to mention haven't been here this school year because they retired after July 1st last year, but I thought we could read them off as well. So Brooke Asher is retiring from Cale. Catherine Baylor is principal, retiring from Jack Jewett. Robin Bowling had retired earlier in the year from Greer Elementary School. Reamer Broderson, who works in CTE and World Languages at Western Albemarle High School, retired. Tom Bullia, I've known Tom for years, retired from Albemarle High School. He's a teacher. Beth Churns retired. She's our licensure specialist, or was. Diane Clark, retiring this year from Monticello High School. Kevin Dodrill retired from our technology department. Pamela Dean retired from Stone Robinson. Janice Eden retired from Baker Butler. Deborah Gibson is one of our custodians at Brownsville who's retiring. Karen Goodlow, retiring media specialist from Greer. Diane Goodrich, retiring from Stone Robinson, also a media specialist, a librarian. Albert Graves, a bus driver, is retiring from Brownsville. John Gray, who retired earlier this year, was our Assistant Director of Human Resources. Hal Hankins, a longtime social studies teacher at Albemarle High School, retiring. Eleni Heshin, retiring from Baker Butler. Bobby Hughes, who retired earlier in the summer, retired as Assistant Principal at Western Albemarle. Sandy Kaiser, also retiring from Western Albemarle. Jane McMichael, a teacher I've known for years from working at Albemarle, retiring from Albemarle High School. Matthew Martin, or actually everyone knows as Scovey Martin, retiring from Western Albemarle High School. Deborah Maupin, one of our transportation service managers, is retiring this year. Let's see, Candy Mitchell is retiring from Agner Hurt, a teacher assistant. Judith Odadho Million, retiring from Woodbrook. And John Payne, a lead bus driver, is retiring. Linda Pease, retiring as a math teacher this year. Bridget Pritchett, an OA5, retiring from the bus shop. And of course, Jane Pritchett retired from Sutherland Middle School. She was an office associate there. Beth Skrabransky retired from our technology department. Ed Spellman retired from our instructional staff at Baker Butler. Phil Taylor retired from Sutherland. Greg Thomas, longtime band director and music teacher at Albemarle High School, retired. Ruth Trice, German teacher for many, many years at Albemarle High School, is retiring this year. Robert Vanderveer, lead custodian from Broadus Wood, is also retiring. And Maria Wayne, teaching assistant, is retiring from Greer. And Laura Weekly, who's a teaching assistant, is retiring from Stone Robinson. Some of those staff retired before the school year started. Some are with us now. And if you see your colleagues out and about that are retiring from our instructional or support staff, please thank them for their service. On behalf of Albemarle County Public Schools and all the students, colleagues, and families you have served so well, retirees, I thank you for choosing to serve your community through working with us. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" You have answered that question and calling through public schools service for our children. There is no more noble calling as the American public school is a powerful force for good. As you move on to this next exciting and well-deserved phase in your life, and you reflect upon all the students who have graduated from Albemarle County Public Schools over the years, you can rest assured that you have granted these children independence and value beyond measure through the ideas and skills you have helped them to learn and create for themselves and the structured and supportive environment you helped to create for them. And when we talk about retirees, I think it's also important to congratulate all of our instructional and support staff who are finishing their first year on the job in Albemarle County Public Schools. Whether you are in your first year of professional work or you came to us as a veteran, it's not easy to start a new job in a new place, and we really want to congratulate you for that. I hope that you have found a place with us and that our community and your colleagues have made you feel so much at home that you want to stay here and continue to do good work. So let's see. I want to take a second before we keep moving on to have Lorenzo Dickerson come around for a second and say hi to everybody.
Hi, everyone.
This is Lorenzo Dickerson, who handles all of our web content and also does videos, and he's also a historian and a filmmaker out in the community. So I want to have you come from behind the camera and say hi. And I see Christine Thompson coming in. So come on in, Christine. Hey, how you doing? Yay! It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Dr.
Of course,
Haas.
Christine is my office associate, keeps me on track every day, tries to.
I try to.
Thank you, Christine.
You do a great job in
Thanks for
helping
stopping
me.
by. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I want to let everyone know that we had our final teacher advisory committee meeting on Wednesday of this week. After we had such positive feedback about the listening tour, we restructured teacher advisory this year. In case you weren't aware, we actually had 3 rounds of teacher advisory meetings, and 1 in each feeder pattern, and 1 in each season of the school year. So there was 1 in the fall, 1 in the wintertime, and then we had 1 this spring. And every school in the feeder pattern was able to send 2 teachers to come to those meetings. Jay Thomas and Michelle Kastner did a great job of facilitating, and a lot of the things that we worked on this year to make improvements at the schools during the year, and then also with the funding requests that came about or were aligned with the things that teachers talked about. So we had our last meeting to let all these teachers know how much we appreciate their providing input and having a voice in the work that we're doing. I want to thank all of our advisory members who take time throughout the year to come to the office here at the central office or work out in the schools to make sure that your voice is heard and that you give us feedback on your working conditions and the things you need to help students to be successful. We also had our last employee advisory meeting last week, which involves all of our classified staff like bus drivers, office associates, TAs. They all get together and do the same thing throughout the year. Just a heads up, after doing this week's check-in, I will send out a brief check-in next Friday, and then for the summer I'll do check-ins every other week over the summer while our teachers, bus drivers, and other 10-month employees are recovering. Recuperating, rejuvenating during the summer months. Staff in building services, the Department of Technology, and yes, even here at the central office where we do some work, and school clerical staff and administration will be very busy getting the schools and programs ready for your return and that of our students. So I do want you to know that there are a couple of books. I'm wrapping up this book. This isn't actually the copy I'm reading. This one's in good shape. The one I have at home is kind of beat up because I keep it with my exercise bike. But Culturally Responsive Teaching in the Brain. So I've totally enjoyed this book, and I'm now at the point where Zaretta Hammond is really talking a lot about how to provide effective feedback for students. And any kind of feedback around, any kind of conversation around feedback, whether it's with a student or whether it's a staff member that reports to you, should always start out with a check-in. It should always start out with a conversation about how that person's doing and maybe what they're excited about outside of work, so that you can build a really strong relationship and connection. And then the next piece to that is to talk about the expectations that you have, and that we all have high expectations for our students and for the employees that we have in the schools. Because what that does is it makes the person understand why you're providing feedback. It's because you have high expectations and you want that person to do well. You want that student to succeed. So you start out by saying, I have high expectations for you, right? If the person says right, then you're invited to give feedback. So I encourage you to read that book, and then coming back maybe in the summer I'll push out and ask if 5 or 10 people want to pick it up and read it. I know a lot of schools have done book studies around it. And Maureen Jensen gave me this book. I'm going to start cracking into it. It's about talent development as a framework for gifted education. And it's actually a book put together by Paula Olszewski. And I can't, just looking at the text, I'm really excited about it because I believe that it's going to align with the work that we're going to be doing in the school system around reframing our gifted program to be more of a talent development program, because I do not think that just a few students are gifted. I think that all students have gifted behaviors and have talents, and we should seek those out, give students feedback on them, and help them grow and thrive. Hey, before you know it, we'll be welcoming new teachers on August the 6th and new kindergartners, as well as all of our other students on August 21st. But in the meantime, please take some time to celebrate the completion of a wonderful school year in ACPS that you made happen every single day. And I thank you for that. Regardless of your role in our schools, your excellent work has found its way to helping children learn and thrive, whether you drive a bus or repair HVAC systems, whether you make and serve breakfasts or do accounting reports and keep financial books, whether you teach kindergartners their days of the week or clean and straighten up our classrooms and other building spaces after school. Every job that everyone does in our organization finds its way to the betterment of our students and their families, and I really thank you for that. I am grateful to all of you. You are a credit to Albemarle County. I wish you the best as you close out the school year. And one final note, Murray High School had a wonderful graduation last night in the Burley Auditorium. If you're looking for me tonight, I will be at Western Albemarle High School out on the football field for the Warriors graduation ceremony. Thank goodness it cooled off, and we have the diversity conference tomorrow. And I'm going to get out and run in a 5K first thing in the morning before that diversity conference. It's called the For Our Freedom 5K, and it runs up at the University Research Park. And just speaking of 5Ks, one more final note. What do you think, Lorenzo? Do I have time for one more final note?
I think so.
Okay. All employees in the fall, we will have, I want you to make sure you save the date for the City County 5K on November 16th at Hollymead Elementary School. I think I'm going to Burley Middle School on Monday morning. That'll probably be my last school visit for the year, official visit. Ivy Creek has its graduation that afternoon, and we have graduation ceremonies at John Paul Jones Arena on Tuesday and Wednesday night for Albemarle High School and Monticello. Enjoy a beautiful day today, and as usual, I'm just checking in.